All right, good morning. It's Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Tuesday, May 1st, 2018. Uh, this line on the chart, I thought I'd start with talking about this line right there. Now, if you remember yesterday, I talked about 73 to 57, or 50, excuse me. And we've retraced all the way back to that 73 mark. Now, obviously, will it hold there or not? That's always a question mark. But it's interesting that prior level, as we know, becomes support if you can find the right levels. So 73 holding makes sense because this was a deciding factor yesterday, as we were talking about the 73 to 50 level yesterday, and now, I mean, the market has retraced from the highs of 69.30 something, so that's a 9, back here to, a dollar and change down lower, almost $1.50 lower, actually 1.5 lower from the highs already. Now, question is, where is the market going to go? That's always the $1,000,000 questions. So, how to utilize information that's being said and are being seen, excuse me. Now, pivot was in play earlier, and then we have our high volume bar that was in play at the high, not the highs, but at the high since the last high prior, excuse me. And we can see the high itself that came in the market at 34. Now, the last 3 times that we've been up here have been 69.55, 69.38, I believe, and 69.34. So we've been up to this level on 3 separate occasions and backed off of it. So it's a triple top going the other direction if you think about it. Yesterday we were talking about triple bottom. Today we're talking about triple top. And you can really see it, I guess, better if you would pull your daily chart over and then look at the dailies. See the areas in question I'm talking about. Here was the first time there, second time up, and then yesterday, third time. So we've got a triple top here, roughly. And maybe that fourth time, if it reaches back up there, it breaks it and gets up through 70s. So on the other side of this is, will it, come back down for a little bit? That's to be seen. That's the big question mark. But we can kind of figure out where our ranges are, correct? And see, and obviously we know where pivot is today at 68.36. If we look top down here again and go to the hourly chart, now people, this is a nice chart. Now, an hourly chart is best used if you're going to hold. It's not such a great chart if you're day trading, regardless of who says what. It's not the best day trading chart because, yeah, you can look at this particular movement and say, wow, I could have been short from here and then made it all the way down to here. But that's hindsight. Or I could have been short from here and held it all the way through here. But what if you would have been, short somewhere in here and then it retraced it all the way back to here? I mean, that means that you would have to be able to have 68.53 the 68.91, you'd have to have almost a 50 tick stop on this particular trade to hold it. That's more than most normal people will be able to hold a trade. So that makes it difficult to trade on the hourly chart, at least in my opinion. Now you can see some levels, obviously, like you want to be short in this area, and now you see the short movement that we've seen off this. Ideally, I'd like to see this move not happen at this point, because we've already reached almost down to 67.30. Now that's the level that corresponds with GAN today. And if we're looking at like a total, if the market would fall all the way today from the open, looking at 66.21, so there's still some room, I guess. It's just that, you know, this is an awful long down move without a retracement yet. So so trying to catch the bottom here, maybe not the best. Actually, you might catch the bottom here. You might see that this movement here, extension movement, is already reached as far as it's going to come down this morning, and then we make a move up. Now anyway, so that's my 2 cents of the hourly chart. The hourly chart's, you know, and you can see there's this nice up movement here. Yeah, you can, hindsight's always a winner, right? I could have been long here and ran it all the way to the top. I could have been short here, run it to the bottom. But this chart by itself is not going to help you when you're looking right here. That doesn't help what you're trading, or this doesn't help when you're looking right here and you're wondering, what should I do next? In other words, what's the right edge going to tell you? So the right edge isn't going to tell you to be long on an hourly chart right here. You can't, you just can't do it. I mean, you got to have more information. At least I humbly expect that. And I get frustrated that everyone has an opinion about how to trade, and some people are really good, but most people that say something, it's their opinion. Honest, and that's their truth. Their truth is their opinion, and their opinion is correct more times than not. The people that are trading fall into 2 categories. One, they have lots of money and they can trade, and they can hold such, you know, 50 tick, $400 or $500 loss is not a big deal to them. Or they are pretend trading, and they say, well, I would be along here, and when they're honest with themselves, they're not trading in real time. So that's the 2 that you run into that come with opinions. And of course that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. 15-minute chart. So here's 15 minutes. That doesn't give you any help. What you can see on the 15-minute chart is that we've trended down from a high, and now we're trying to form a base of a bottom here. That's all you can see off of that right now. You can see that the level here at 200 bar SMA, that's probably the most important number on the 15-minute chart, is where is your 200 bar SMA located at. An hourly chart, when it's in play, where is the 200 bar located at? Right below pivot. You know, so whenever, and then daily chart, whenever the daily, if this was anywhere near price action, this would be an important number, 67, whatever that is, 67, 57.20, wherever that is. So that would be the important number if it was in play. That's a long way away, though. But that's the most important number that's on, you know, is where is the 200 bar SMA in relation to prices. That's the most important number on a chart when you're looking at it. At least in my humble opinion, that's what I'm looking at. Because in this case, I'm looking, okay, what's the possible retracement? Well, obviously, I always believe that the pivot acts like a magnet. So retracing back to pivot is a huge possibility. And now we have a second reason why we could retrace, because this 200 bar SMA is right there. I mean, These two act like magnets. It pulls the market to it or pushes and repels away. Same thing with the 15-minute chart. Where's the 15-minute in relation to the price action? I mean, now you can see, wow, it's just, it can reach there on this bar right now. So this 15-minute chart could reach up here to the 15 to this bar. It's already reached once, so it's to say it can't reach again. And this time push through it, go up the pivot and then back off. Who knows exactly how that is going to work out? But what you can see, in my humble opinion, and this is my factual evidence, is that the tick chart with the volume figures that I follow will leave clues left in the sand, like almost like you would put cement in them, like right here at 637. This little edge right here has shown that that was a bottom, and in fact now, after the fact, it's easy to see, right? So will that be the low of the market retracement or not? Once again, there's no way that you can answer that question in 100% factual evidence. You just can't do it. There is no such thing as 100% factual evidence in trading for 99% of us out here. Maybe the 1%ers that really have all the information, and they're certainly not watching me and what I believe in. They've got their own staff that informs them. It tells them what is expected, and they have all the information at their fingertips. That's the 1%. That's not us. So we can't claim to be in that 1%. All we can claim is what are they doing? And it's always an after the fact type of thing. What are they doing? And then projecting or forecasting, whatever you want to call it, where are they going to be next? What levels are important? And if you can't figure it out, then you have to wait for something to show up and then make a decision. So on this line right there, well, we know that if we get underneath this 73, the odds of us running at least the 50 mark are extremely great. So 73 will lead to 50, basically. And how far from 50 will we go? Well, most likely what we would see is some interest in volume around that 73.50 area. So 73 to 50, there's going to be, $67, 67.73, 67.50. There's going to be some, and that's just it from what we've seen in the past. The past is an indicator of where we can go. Ideally, if you were trading this day, there was a lot of money probably already made from 3:30 in the morning. So the overnights in right here at last night trading, there's been a lot of money on the short side already made. 68.76 trading, so it's already been down $1 from its highs from last night into today, or excuse me, is that last night? No, from this morning. I guess it was last night, really. It's hard to tell, but here's the next day right in here. And then you can see the movement that's come off of it. And then we've repelled off of pivot. And currently we're trying to attract back to pivot. At some point, volume will show up. And once it does, then I hope to make a valid trading decision. So trusting my zones of control. The ZOC is what I'm calling it right now. So trusting what that's telling me, and then find areas that are support and resistance off of those, and then see if I can make some valid trading decisions. You know, being long right there is still valid, long above, short below. And a short below would be that 50 mark. But now all of a sudden we can see that this is holding. If we would get back down here a third or fourth time, most likely we're going to push down lower. So as we know, support becomes resistance, but just because it is doesn't mean that we can't push it. It just means that when it does break, it'll break harder, because it's eaten up all the contracts down here to push it. Alright, so that's my chit chat for this morning. And obviously I believe in what I believe. And you believe in what you believe. That's what makes us traders. What I do though is I try to learn from my mistakes, from I mean, obviously there's things that I know that are like just, you can just bank it almost. And there's other things that I struggle with. And this market has been a huge struggle for me, moving up, and that's, you know, just the climate has changed, I guess, in that sense for me. But same things work. It's just a matter of how I interpret it. And the same thing with you too. How do you interpret what you're seeing? And yeah, there's a lot of factual evidence to trade what you see, not what you think. But those are just words. Just because, like Joe Ross said, trade what you see, not what you think, and I say it and everyone else says it out there, doesn't make it easier to trade what you see, because you're still inferring what the market's going to be doing, because we don't know at that point in time, right here, at this point in time, you can't tell me with 100% certainty the market wouldn't have broke down here or go up. The only indicator that we can use at this point is this. So if we use this, then the tendency for us to go up is greater than the tendency to go down. And if we use those combined with the blues, then our tendency of going up is much greater. Now, is this going to stop right up here? Is it going to stop at up here? Those are questions you just can't answer. How much is this going to positively impact the up move before it stops? And it does, and then retraces back. Will it come all the way back? Will it, I mean, there's so much that you just can't just throw and say, all right, this is what I would do. Yeah, of course, this is what I would do, because it's already done it. It's already done it. You can't trade from past knowledge. It doesn't work that way. You can't go back in time and say, oh, I'd be long here. Yeah, wonder why. Because it's already up. Or I would be short from here. Or no, excuse me, I'd be short from here. This is where I'm going to go short. Really? How would you say that? Because it's been up all this other time, therefore it's got to come down. Bullshit. Now you can go for evidence right here as a first indicator that the market might be topped out. When you're looking at this top against that top, and then you're looking at this right here, all of a sudden now you got some evidence that, you know, we've got some lower lows, we got some lower highs. Now all of a sudden it's starting to make some sense that maybe that is the top. So evidence is what I'm going to get to. What is the evidence that you are correct? And regardless of your evidence, what leads it, what leads a movement, more times than not, what leads a movement, I can't make this any more clear than what I've already said, is volume. Volume will lead the way. What you don't know about volume leading the way, is it leading the way to go this way, or is it leading the way to go this way? When the volume figure comes on the charts, it could be what I would call a failure and it moves on up, or it could be a supporting area that makes the top and then presses down. And on the blue side, and the red is the opposite of that. That's what I have learned over time. At countless dollars lost and countless dollars made. So if we go back, what we got here is a failure to communicate. What we have is this level. If I release this charts, we have our 73 through 50 area, right? Looks really big right now because of the price action being smaller. I mean, if you press this and move it over, here's when we were there, right? And the last time we were there was what 8:30 in the morning yesterday. All right, so that's my soapbox for the day. You just can't predict, and you can project, you can forecast. There's all kinds of things that you can do, but what you can't do is just say, I do this. Because when you, most times not, when you say something like that, you're looking back at it. And it's always easy to say, oh, this is what I would have done. Yeah, well, we're never going to be wrong on hindsight because we'll always justify why we would be correct. Because that's not in our nature to say that I'm wrong. Period. Our early morning bracketed 86.74. Like to be aggressive on opening trade. Let's see if I can do something with this. Alright, we're going to move this out of the way. Gan today on the up at 69.83. So, you know what? Let's see if we can get a big winning day. What the heck? Come off 10 ticks of that for now. That'd be 60. We'll hold 69.69. What the hell? Alright, 67.86. Buy. And we know we've got we know we have the pivot point ahead of us, plus a couple what do you call them? 200 bar SMAs. An opening target 1P is 68.06. Hear the birds outside today. Didn't have enough to break it there. I see no reason to reverse this trade yet. The only thing I definitely want to do is protect the 86 mark now. Comes back again. I don't know where we're going. All right, pivots at 68.36. 1P again, 68.06. A 3P up move, 68.45. That'll bring it through pivot. Pivot is part of a range here. 2P is 68.25. Right below the bottom of the band. Sometimes you wonder how long can you get beat up before you decide that it hurts. What I don't want to do is just get involved in another trade right away if this runs me out. Pausing. come along, talk about it if it works out. Top of band, looking for us to move above it. Probably jumped this a little too early. Using this bar right here. Highest volume bar 3191 at 833. That's highest volume bar today. $58 on 1. Put that in. 6, 7, 6, 7. 68.26 on 1. I think that's an important point though, so we'll go 68.23. 26 is that range up there that I'm worried about. This is the area we're either going to break out or not. That 73 mark. Alright, end of part 1 right here. We haven't been able to break out of this yet. 6767 brings 6787 as a 1p target right now. 6787 right there. And the 3p target brings it in at 26. So let's call it 25 because that's our line right now. Either this market's going to break out or not. Alright, that's 3 times back to 71. Comes back there again, I think we're going to break it. I'm down. At least for now. Bottom of range of this band is 50. I really don't want to be trading short into this yet. And this next trade, I want it to shoot out. So what I want to see is fill, and straight up. If not, I want out. Made a new low of 67.59. Probably need to see something volume related to make a move now. There's a bottom forming here though. But can it hold? I still think that 6750 is in play. And this is my sell below line. Alright, that made a low by 4 ticks. Either it wants to break out or it doesn't. I don't want to be involved in it if it doesn't want to break. $67.61, 1p target is 81. Trying to catch a breakout. keep my losses, keeping my stop very tight right now, because I know I'm playing in kind of a dead zone here in that 50 mark. Made a low by 1 tick. Probably breaking 50 now. Going to 50. Went to 51. Maybe I caught it. Need to move my stop though. My profit stop up to the top of that zone. You know when you stumble onto something, you think, whoa, I stumbled onto something. Well, I think I've stumbled onto something, and I'm calling it zones of control. See if I can finish positive today for a change. Very violent right here. Let's protect break even on this trade. It's either going to break our way or not. $67.61 makes 81 1p. Sure looks like a market that wants to go up right here, for at least for a little bit. Lows keep going lower, but not by much. 67.54 low. Remember bottom of range that I was talking about is that 50 mark. And we're trading in that 73.50 range. So maybe, just maybe, I caught this. Now let's see if I'm smart enough that this doesn't work out to walk away. $81 for 1p. $68.20 is 3. $6,800 is 2. Boy, it sure looks like a market that wants to go up. But I've been fooled so many times. What's one more? $6,777 being a sticking point right now. See if they can get some of this stuff up here. 143 up here. Lots more volume up here to get, you would think. Here we go again. How many times we have to go down to go up? It's like you see something, you think, why is it not doing something? And I just don't have an answer. Looks like a market that really wants to take and go somewhere. maybe that somewhere is down a little bit longer. Honestly, we probably need to see some more volume before we make a run again. All this is just fake. Up to 61 right there and then come off. Alright, so I think we push back to 6750 or close to it, and then maybe we make the move. I would prefer to see some volume figure though before I get involved in it again. So we made a low again, 67.51 was the low. We've been 55, 54, 51. Think of it as a triple bottom right now. This would be the fourth time down here though. There's a blue bar finally. Twenty-five, 25. Add trade there. Alright, I'm going to stop here at part 2. Alright, start at part 3. Been on the wrong side all morning. Let's look here. This whole movement I thought were coming back up for a while. And we've reached down to S1 now. Made a new low to 44. That went nice. See, 7 ticks lower. $67.52. A 1p target is 72. Brings it back into this range. 6P target is 68.70. That's what I'm going to be going for now. 68.70 if it'll hold. Call it 69. $39 to $44 went lower by 5 ticks again. $36. Completely off my game, looks like. Opening trade was the only trade, huh? And down low, down we go. We've been going down since this bar's printed. And before that, $67.50 is given away. It's been a very controlled down move though. Very controlled. Honestly, that looks like pretty much the bottom here. To me, it looks like they've been buying into this. We'll protect at the 50 line. Looking for the market to shoot up. Very controlled down move. It's not a typical down move. It's definitely it's trying to bottom. I have 50 there. Honestly, I think if it does bottom, it can make a run for pivot. Pivot located at 68.36. I don't know why I'm so gung-ho at being long today, but it's a very controlled down move. Extremely controlled. $67.32 is new low. So we busted that 44 by 12, which is pretty good move off of there. Want to be short below 50 though. So I really don't want to be messing around until I see some volume. It's like a market that needs one more push lower. There's a red bar. Very, very controlled bottom here. <clears throat> 25. 24 low now. Extremely controlled. 21. I mean, just barely making new lows. Damn it. Just can't buy a trade. Can't get a breakout. Saved my life. Boy, if we can get above S1 right now, we could really rock. I mean, it's got to want to go. Okay, 68.90 is the high. I'm still going to go with my original thought process. We'll use 68.97. It makes a new high by a few ticks. Now, that'll be again 45-degree angle. Very, very controlled down move today. Not a typical down move. Hopefully the S1 line can hold. We should be able to get back up to 50, you would think. Now, if it fails here, I give up. I'm going to have to dust myself off and try again the next day on inventory. I've done my absolute best to try to stay in this market today. More trades than I've ever had in the combine in a very, very long time. Trying to catch the low here. in a market that I believe is bottoming, just trying to find that bottom is a very difficult process, as you can see. Expecting the market to shoot up when it does make up its mind to go, though. So this is as good as time as any. Above S1, we can make a huge move up here. Up to pivot. Pivot at 68.40. So 68.26 is what I would protect today on the way up. If we get there, 68.26 or so. Finally. All right, 6733 is 53 is a 1p move. We've seen that all day today. 1p and then a downward move after that. Hopefully we've caught the bottom now. Protecting the S1 line. Three P move from here, 67.92. Geez, if it makes it to 6, it makes it to 4, it makes it to 3, it makes it down here. I mean, honestly, I can't trade any better than I traded today, trying to catch a bottom. Left that in the sand there. Lower our loss. Really don't want to see it crest underneath this 44 now. So we're back into the 50 range. Can we, did we go low enough to be able to break through this? You know, the 50-73 range, right? Next up target is 72. That's a 2p move. Brings it right there. I don't know if we broke it enough to be able to budge the 50-73 range, though. Momentum's definitely swinging towards the long side, though. Get up to 72, 73, get above that, we run back into our buy zone. Lower our loss. Really don't want to see it break the 44 mark. Gets underneath there, I don't know where we go next. Obviously, we've got the top of the band up here at 73 to contend with, and I think we've got enough power to be able to reach up here. If yesterday is an indicator of what can happen, we can run the 69 range today. $68.97. So that's Yeah, what the hell. Make a new high. We'll protect 68.89. That would be a damn good trade for me today. Blue bar trying to come into the dead zone. So regardless, I know I always say this, but at 19 trades, I'm going to call it a day. I did about as good as I could today. Um, I can't do any better than how I traded today. Protecting, moving, protecting, moving, protecting, moving, protecting, moving, protecting. Trying to keep the account alive as long as I can. Looking for a breakout. End of part 3 here. We'll go 39 now. We'll go 5 ticks under here, protecting the S1 line. I mean, obviously, either it wants to go or it doesn't. So, all right, that'll help us. 41. Low of 44, a low of 46. We definitely don't want to break through there. Keep humming the song, staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. We're at that critical point right now at the 50 mark, so we need to get up to 73 soon. This market needs to rally. Or maybe it won't do absolutely nothing. Maybe that's as good as it gets today. This is the best chance for the long. If it doesn't go here, I just don't see it going. 73 is top of range now. We're in that 50-73 zone again. Very, very, very controlled down bottom today. Extremely controlled. It was, I'm going to tell you that they were buying into that. You could see the support coming in every time we made a low. It was, and that signifies there was buying going on down there. They were buying into the lows. And that's what you see being manifest right now. I mean, at this point, all I can hope for is that I've caught the bottom, my stop stays in place, and we go up. I mean, that's all I can hope for right now. I mean, honestly, I think that we've got to retest the 73 level again. Boy, if it could just zoom up right now, that would just tickle me pink, as they say. All right, what's up there? Come on now, get up to 73 at least and see what's there. All right, on the other side of all of this, let's figure out 50%. So 6802, 50% brings it back to 27. Look at this chart and you think, man, there's no way this market's going up. It's just a temporary bottom before we go down lower. And that could be true. I know that I'll be protecting. If the market gets up to 26, we definitely will be protecting around the 11 line, 68.11. If you can get up to the pivot, I might just take pivot. $7p move today would bring it in at 68.70. Let's call it 68.69 for now. $68.69. Expect us to get up to this area. It's kind of having some difficulty now. I would like to have it moved a lot quicker and faster than what we see. You know, we might have topped here. I know it's not a lot, but it's a positive day today. And after all those trades, I just don't see much potential anymore. And I'm afraid that we're going to run all the way down now. And I said it. I said, I'm afraid. Plus 9 on, holy moly, how many trades? 19? That is incredible. I don't think I've done that in forever. Uh, finish actually positive on the day, believe it or not, after everything and smoke cleared. I was at 29,581 yesterday, and I'm at 29,600 today. It's not much, but it is positive after all that smoke cleared. Just, I don't know. I mean, I would like to have seen it go straight through that 73 line and not look back. This was a very tough day for me, and it could easily run, and I don't know. I just don't want to leave profit on the table when it's there. I worked hard to get back to even right now, so hopefully tomorrow will be more rewarding for me. I'm going to cut the video here and stop. Uh, Maybe what I'll do, and I'll just talk about it in the recap, or I'll talk about it later. But um, could I have traded better? I always could trade better. But I gave myself the best opportunity to catch a breakout today. And I don't know if that's the best way to take on a long, but it was a controlled down move that I believe was forming a bottom. And at time of trade, it did. It went up to a 2P move, and then it came off of it. And I really didn't want to give back gains today after all of those trades. I haven't had a day that's been 19. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get my one trade win for a change. And on the I think inventory, I'm pretty sure the inventory is on tomorrow. Let me just double check that. So we'll go into Forex Factory where I like to go. Ooh. Ooh, yuck. There's inventory. 9:30. This is showing the wrong time zone again. Well, it should read 9:30 Central Time, but it's not. 10:30 a.m. Inventories tomorrow. Um, down to 59 now. Now I'm looking like I'm smart. I don't know. I just, when the profits are on the table, we just got to take them sometimes. And I worked really hard for that today. So I'm going to, ooh, federal funds rate tomorrow. Obviously, that's kicking in a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't really affect crude oil too much. But it does apply. So inventories tomorrow are expecting 1 million, forecasting 2.2. Our previous forecast is 1 million, previous 2.2, expecting a surplus of 1 million. Unemployment rate on Friday. Big numbers coming out, average non-farm and average hourly on Friday. See if that corrected it and made it right. Oh, now it's fixed. I needed to refresh. 9:30 a.m. inventories. There you go. Central Standard Time. All right, guys and gals, that's going to do it for me. I finished the day positive. I ended yesterday at 29,581. I know it's not a lot, but I put myself in position for a one trade win and go and be able to go green tomorrow. That's more than I've done in my past. So I stayed alive. I believe the market was playing around, controlled down move. Looked like, like you think of astronauts putting out their thrusters, right? Well, did we land on the moon or not? I don't know. I don't really care. But my face says that take the money off the table when you get that chance. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I was in a very good position when I got out, and if I didn't have a loss, maybe I stay in it and keep at it. I've been a hard, extremely hard trading day. I've been at it now going on 2.5 hours, and the best I can do is a +9. Commission cost only picked up a couple. I don't know. I can feed my family off the dollar menu at McDonald's. That's the day. Obviously, all sim. Obviously, I'm in the combine. End of day 4. Staying alive, trying to catch that next move, and I feel confident that if the market really wanted to run there, I would have caught it. So if it's not going to do what I think it's going to do, best to stand aside and wait. And I'm gonna leave on that. That's it. Dave Knight out. Bye now.